OCO, everybody. Try something a little different here today. I'm going to go ahead and use my drone. Still figuring it out. Had it for a while, but I just don't fly it very much, to give you guys a tour. Start off here with the pig pen, right there next to the barn. I'm going to go ahead and peek in on these guys real quick. There they go. Yep, drone kind of scared them a little bit. Poor little guys. That's where they hang out. And all that you see there will eventually be theirs. We're going to electric fence it once I clean it up some more. Still getting all the trash and stuff picked up that the previous owners had buried back there, finding all kinds of metal and scrap and stuff, as you can see. And that little area there that you're looking at is actually kind of open field area where the kids can play, like football, soccer, any of that. And then this area here is going to be bush hogged to match those pines. And then I'm going to plant something eventually in there, but those pines have beetles, so I don't know how much work and effort I want to put into rehabilitating that, or just cut them down one day and plant another tree. And over here, I'm working on a cover crop experiment. When I rehabbed the hayfield, I went ahead and left this strip. It's about 9 foot wide and about 145, 150 feet long. I left it with the native vegetation that was just growing kind of abandoned in the field. And after we had our first hard winter freeze, I went ahead and started laying it down as much as I could with the golf cart, the lawnmower, the tractor, the truck. Anytime I drove back into the field, I just kind of laid down the hay. I didn't have a roller, couldn't get my hands on one, so that was the best I could do. Flattened it down pretty good, considering it was about 4 foot tall when it was hay. And then I went in and I've hand sown corn, okra, and sunflowers into it. Who knows if it'll work or do anything, but we'll see. Just an experiment while I have the land. If it works, then awesome. We'll have a bunch of corn and okra to mess around with. I'm kind of following the top side of the field over here. And briefly, we're going to turn around, and you can kind of see where the border to the field is, because the neighbor's property has a little piece of it. They still own the 2 rental houses and about a half acre of land. We own the rest. And everything you can see in this shot back here was all about 20 foot thick of just briars and brush, and just full of trash and metal, like that trailer and that little pile of metal you see there. And we just had to clean a lot of it. This area here is still being cleaned. I gotta get better with the chainsaw, cut that tree down. I gotta get some help from the family to work on it and get all that organized and cleaned up to where I can actually have my tree nursery there. I plan on doing my tree starts for my cuttings and my seedlings and stuff there. Hopefully a small greenhouse, a black tarped area, also with flower pots and different rooting stations to get my cuttings going, because I want to propagate all my fruit trees. And then this little area here, I will probably wind up just fencing off and letting it be a roaming area for potentially hogs or maybe goats, who knows. And that little trailer right there, I haven't quite figured out what to do with that. Haul it off to the scrapyard or convert it into something useful. It's very rusty, and some areas have actually rusted through, so it's not going to ever really be roadworthy. In this clear area here, my brother's working on his own personal garden. He wants to have a little area himself, kind of like a kitchen garden. He's just figuring out what he wants to do with it. He helps me out a lot with a lot of the heavy lifting out here, as does the wife. That's a brush pile with some of the burnable trash and all the brush and stuff that we've been clearing up. We've probably burned 10 times that much, collected the ash. And we're moving into the food forest area that I've already shown y'all once before. It has several larger mimosa or Persian silk, depending on who you want to talk to, trees growing in it. I believe they're a leguminous species, so they provide nitrogen to the soil, so I don't cut them down. I let them exist as kind of a mid-story shade area for the food forest. all my trees. You can still see some of the brush and overgrowth I got to clear on the left-hand side. You can see where I've already cleared the right side with the tractor and the bush hog, and the occasional help with the chainsaw. And our property ends with those larger scrub oaks in the fence line you see there. Moving up to the banana circle again that I've shown y'all. I plan on planting annual vegetables all along that fence line. Some that prefer slightly cooler weather just because of the shade they will be receiving. I'm hoping that'll kind of give me a little bit better season, kind of a microclimate, since it stays much cooler in this corner of the field. Get some, broccolis and cauliflowers and Brussels sprouts and stuff out of that. And then this area here, I plan to do some moringa trees, some tomato trees, and some Mexican tree sunflowers. And then also along the berm where the field kind of drops down like terrace, I plan on doing some Cherokee Three Sisters gardening potentially this summer when it's a little bit warmer. Not real sure. Lots of ideas, but don't know if we'll have the time to get it all put in the ground this year. This open pasture area from the tree stump you see down at the end to the left will be my pasture area for my chickens and, pastured hogs if I have them out here, and maybe even some rabbit tractors for growing out some rabbit grow outs once I get the animals. It'll take us a quick little aerial view. It's my neighbor's field. They grow peanuts and cotton over there. I plan on planting some river cane / bamboo along the border there to kind of help keep the dust down from that field. And that's our house there. That's the neighbor's 2 small rental properties. And we actually own a portion of that small lake, including the dock. We own along the shoreline all the way down, and we have full federal water rights to the entire waterway because it is a natural spring-fed pond, and it has a natural outlet. As long as we don't impede the water flow, we can do what we want with it. The wind's getting a little high, so I'm going to bring her in for a landing. That's a preview of the property. Watto for watching, and we'll be back with you next time.